Good morning. Today we will talk to you about the market analysis, the competition analysis, and the SWOT matrix of the company Holsen Paper, a notebook company. Our group is made up of Rafael Guzman, Edison Casas, Rafael Rodriguez, and Sergio León. Current structure of the national market. As for the paper and manufacturing sector, Colombia has a general low competitiveness compared to countries such as Brazil and Germany, but it is also considered a strong industry in Latin America. Colombia has shortcomings in terms of innovation, since it was stuck in the internalization of products that at some point were successful, so it is necessary to be in the constant search for new products. The competitiveness of the country is measured taking into account the increasing in production variables, such as raw material, labor, technology, industrialization. One of the main problems that Colombia presents is reforestation, since it is a country with the necessary conditions for this process, but because of the lack of rules regarding diseases, it affects the sector papers.
Target market. It's important to establish the target market. Holsen paper is aimed at children, young and adults between 7 and 30 years of both sexes.
Justification of the target market. It is chosen since most people who buy and consume these notebooks are the university students, as well as those who are in the school, that are the two places where the notebooks are most used. But there is also a small percentage of these who are entrepreneurs have had their place and need a notebook for their accounts or personal things.
Estimation of the potential market. By 2022, the Holsen Paper Company expects to have a potential notebook market in the central Savannah area of Cundinamarca of 5,000 units. The most buyers are children and adults between 7 and 3 years old. Apparent consumption. According to studies carried out, 5.6 million notebooks are sold during school time. Dips time are between January and February, as well as between June and July. School students average a purchase between 8 and 10 notebooks. Some college students also have this amount, as well as purchase between 2 and 4 notebooks. Since this can be used for several subjects. This average spent between 70,000 and 90,000 for this season.
Per capita consumption. According to the same studies in the central Savannah, there are 321,538 inhabitants between 7 and 30 years old, which means that approximately per year there is a demand for notebooks of between 3.2 and 1.2 millions.
Magnitude of need. The need to buy a notebook is that many times it's easier for people to remember things if they independently spread their ideas. According to statistical data, 5.6 million are sold during school time. It's there where it is evident that people, even having many technologies, continue to buy many notebooks. At the higher education level, at least 70% of the university population buys 2 or 3 notebooks per academic period, and it's also evident that notebooks they buy are between 50 and 100 sheets.
Profile of the consumer or client. Our consumer is a student of either basic or higher education who is looking for the appropriate materials in which to capture his class notes and ideas while taking care of his economic and may have design preferences. Exports and imports of the product. As for exports, Holsen paper doesn't have a production capacity that allows into the enter the international market. And as for imports, raw materials and accessories are in country at good cost price. So it is not necessary to import them. Services at the national level and target markets. Holsen Paper is a manufacturing company based on the elaboration of notebooks. Is located in the central Savannah, Cundinamarca. Nationwide, it only offers its products to people who live in the central Savannah, and as mentioned before, its target market is children, youth, and adults between 7 and 10 years.
Substitute products and complementary products. The substitute products for notebooks are folders, which is a folder in which you can add sheets that can be more beneficial than a notebook that has a limited of sheet, usually of 50 and 100 sheets. As well as if you tear a sheet already, it cannot be put back in the notebook, which a folder allows. The complementary products are pens, pencils, colors, erasers, correctors that allow scratching as well as writing in the notebook and are essential for the use of the notebook. Analysis of competing companies and identification of potential competitors. The main companies that are in the notebook market in Colombia are Script Colombian SAS, which is famous because it has more than 300 presentations in 25 sub-brands in the country, ranging from metallic, three-dimensional, plasticized and thermosensitive covers to the first notebook with smell and sound. It also has fiber recovery process from paper waste and is always reprocessed and recycled. Also, Colombian Kimberly-Cole paper, while manufacture paper and cardboard articles, it has a net worth of 1 trillion cup, and in the year 2020 it generated a range of sales greater than 1 billion cup. And finally, Carvajal Education SAS is a manufacturer of notebook brands such as Norma and Jimbook.
Analysis of the cost of the product against the competition. The cost of our products we have a reduced cost or value compared to competitors, since competitors use complex materials as well as with others and stickers and other accessories that we are starting do not have the necessary resources. Therefore, it is an advantage as well as the weakness of ours. We also have notebooks made from recyclable materials that will still be cheaper to produce.
Analyze of product sales price. We don't have the resources to make complex notebooks. Therefore, the sales price will also be affordable for all types of people. This being our greatest strength.
Image of the competition before customers. Carvajal Education and Stripe Colombia, which are the large companies that manage the monopoly of notebooks in Colombia, had a good image in terms of the quality of the products and the variety of them, including not only notebooks but other references of the student products. And however, these companies, the Superintendencia de Industria y Comercio, formulates experiments of shares for a judge cartelization of the price of the notebooks.
Segment to which the competition is directed. The direct and indirect competition of Holsen paper have already defined their objective, their goal, and their market niche. In addition to them, they are looking for new sales methods that facilitate the consumer to obtain their product. Companies such as Norma, Script, Carval Education, among others, seek to implement techniques that will attract a new audience.
Product position against the competition. Holsen Paper is a small company compared to its competitors, but it does not mean that it cannot offer products of high quality and according to the needs of the client. As in any sector, it will be always be complex to start from scratch, but offering a variety of products to at an affordable price and with the necessary standards, you can compete with major brands such as Norma, Scribe, among others.
Prices again competitors. Wholesale paper offers different products which are compared in price to the competitors in the table below.
To continue, I talk about SWOT matrix. Below is the result of the SWOT analysis: weakness, opportunities, strengths, and threats. The first is the weakness. Lack of the experience in the target market. Emerging company that is starting up so far and does not have fixing clients, as it is a company that has only just started. It is not a company that can compete even with the big companies. There are no functional and structure areas. Second, opportunities. The use of social networks will facilitate the promotion of products to be known by customers. Establish contracts to be the distributors of retail markets such as stationery, neighborhood stores. Offer good quality products with an affordable price. Expansive of the product portfolio, market expansive in the other areas of the country. Third is the strengths. The supplier work with raw material of excellent quality. Good relationship with suppliers. Constant relationship with clients. Variety of products. Holsen paper offers environmentally friendly products. There are no large debts with third parties. And the last is threats. Inexperience in the sector, in addition, you have to be too competitive because otherwise it will be very difficult for stations to want to buy our products. Regulation of the exploitation of human resources and change in the way of learning of adolescents.